What's up? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka Mickey Facts, and I'm back with another video. Alright, y'all. So, for those who were not able to catch my live, this is definitely going to be brand new for you. Those who did catch my live, this is basically my redo because, as y'all know, I had technical difficulties with providing the paperwork on the screen. So, this video will contain all of that. Alright? So, the topic of today's content. You know what? Before I get into it, let me definitely go ahead and set the disclaimer that all information said or provided in this content video is entertainment purposes only and will be used part of the Fair Use Act. All right? Any conclusions that you may come to is definitely on you, not me. This is just public information that I'm putting out together just to put my opinion on it, all right? Not part of law enforcement, not part of none of that, all right? So, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the juice. Y'all, I'm just feeling good today. I'm finally on vacation, you know? So, let's get into it. J. Prince Jr., for those who don't know, is the Mob Ties founder and CEO of Rap-A-Lot for Life. He is a Houston native. His father is J. Prince Sr. For those who don't know who J. Prince Sr. is, he is the founder of, I believe he's co-founder, nevertheless, of Rap-A-Lot Records, which produced like Ghetto Boy, Scarface, big acts like that. All right? Been around for a long period of time. Now, let's move into current time. Currently, a lot of us know of J. Prince Jr. as being the guy who threw the party where Takeoff was killed. That's pretty much what I knew him as, right? No, I take that back. I actually knew him as being somewhat connected to Finesse 2 Times, so I stand corrected. However, I looked more into him once Takeoff unfortunately was killed. And as always, it's always long live Takeoff, okay? So, with this, why is he on our radar, right, Truth Team? Like, why is he on our radar? So, from the beginning, it's been so many conspiracy theories or allegations towards not only him, but his whole family, all right? So, that's still, with me, I'm like, I don't see any, I don't even see him in the videos. I don't see him anywhere, So, it's like, I don't know if I really want to look into him until. As you guys know, Patrick Xavier Clark was arrested on December 1st for the murder of Takeoff, all right? We have went over the documentation. We have saw the documentation that showed that Patrick Clark allegedly was there with boxer. What is his first? I don't have it in front of my face. Okay, so we're just gonna go with Stevenson because, right now my mind is not even clicking to what his first name is. Nevertheless, Shakir. He was there with Shakir Stevenson, okay? So we're like, okay, maybe, right? Maybe he was there with the Prince family. We don't really know. It's a video around that showed him with J. Prince Jr. one time before. Not doing anything, but just part of the scene. Now, we have confirmed, because guess what? On court record and in the news, it has said that Patrick Xavier Clark is a DJ. All right, so up and coming, or I don't even want to offend nobody, but okay, let's just put it like this. Music has ties to the music world. DJs are in the music world, right? Not suspicious to me. I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't suspicious to me, right? Then, it was stuff like, he hasn't said that, he hasn't spoken out, but his father's spoken out. And I feel like in those type of high-powered families, I believe only the head of the house or the head of the family will release the statement. That's just in my opinion. I didn't see nothing odd about that either. Because I'm like, what did y'all really want him to say, right? So, fast forward. J. Prince Jr. is listed on Patrick Clark's bond condition, right? Which says basically he cannot have contact with this person. And he's listed under, like y'all saw in the video before, under the prosecution's witnesses, victims, and it was another thing on that paperwork. I'm going to add it to the video. As I told y'all, I'm just straight recording and then I'm going to add it to the video. But I'll put it in the video, okay? He's listed there. So, you know, Truth Team definitely, we were like, why is he listed there? What is the purpose of him being listed there, right? And everybody, a lot of people saying, oh, because it was his party. So I'm like, okay, maybe, you know, like maybe. It sounds plausible, maybe. But then it was like, that still don't sit right. But we gonna leave it alone, right? So fast forward, I did a live on the Power Team, aka Patrick Clark's attorneys, right? If y'all was on that live, if y'all didn't watch, was that a live? Yeah, that was a live. Go back and watch the live, okay? So we looked into his attorneys. Now, Carl Moore, which is the male attorney on the case, I'm going to go to him because that is the purpose of this video, right? That's what got us to thinking like, right? So, Carl Moore is listed as the attorney on Patrick Xavier's Clark case. We just went to the website just to see like, okay, let's see what type of people are representing this accused murderer. So, when we went on the website, we saw that he had listed J. Prince Sr. and J. Prince Jr. as a previous client. Yes, as a previous client. Now, to be honest, Mickey, do you really think something with that? No, I did not think it. I thought it was like, oh, okay. So you're definitely a good lawyer because you have many other, like, I guess, famous people on there besides the Princes. But, I mean, accused Takeoff murderer retains a lawyer who previously previously helped or assisted the Prince family. I mean, you can't help but you ain't even got to be a conspiracy theorist to just look at it like, really? You know? But nevertheless, we decided to then go look at, what did he help J. Prince Jr. get out of? You know, just to see, you know? So, this is where my spider senses start saying, just look. All right. So, on that same live, again, this is already documented. I'm not going to go into all the paperwork that we showed there. You can just go back and watch that live, right? So, we found out then that J. Prince Jr. in December 2018 was charged with a DWI and with, like, something along the lines of taking a gun inside the jail. Basically, that's what it came out to, right? So, we saw that he was represented at that time by, Carl Moore. Now, those cases, 2 cases now, were dismissed. Now, those documents, this is what we're going to start showing the documents. Those documents will be listed in the YouTube video, okay? Now, I'm saying that because this is also being played as my podcast for Speaking Truth with Mickey. So, as y'all know, I'm just multitasking to put this information on 2 different platforms. So, the visuals are on YouTube, Mickey Truth 2022. Bam. Now, those cases were dismissed. And you wonder, why were they dismissed? DWI, taking a pistol into jail or detention type style was interesting to me. Because I'm like, why were they dismissed? Like, you know? So, according to the documents, it was dismissed because, for one, the charge with the gun, they said the feds picked up. Okay? The DWI, it said it can be retried or resubmitted to the grand jury. However, the defendant was dealing with the feds on the same type of transaction, basically, you know. And I'm assuming because he was booked in on the DWI, and then they found the gun in the jail with him because he was held on that charge. That's just my assumption. Like I said, I don't have no law enforcement background, so I'm not really sure why that was stopped and not tried, okay? So, let's get into it. And I'm actually sitting here, already got the paper printed. I should have just read off the paper. So, yeah. So, pretty much, let me see how good I did. Yeah. He was operating a motor vehicle in a public place while intoxicated. Okay, so it says here that he intentionally and knowingly possessed a deadly weapon, to wit, a handgun, while in a correctional facility, namely Houston Police Department jail. So, there you have it, right? So, let's continue. Now, Mickey, what does that got to do with anything pertaining to the Takeoff case? Right? That's what y'all wondering, right? Y'all like, girl, we be with you, but where you going with this? Alright, so let's start with this. I have looked at multiple cases, right? Not just the Takeoff case. So I want to start with an earlier case than Takeoff that I looked into, that I want to just put out there in regards to J. Prince Jr. Now, Duke the Jeweler, you guys know I had a research club about Duke the Jeweler. I'm even about to drop a video on Duke the Jeweler. Okay, it was said that J. Prince Jr. allegedly was at the dice game the night before Duke the Jeweler was killed, via the video that is viral, right? That Duke the Jeweler posted. Now, the question was J. Prince Jr. on federal supervised release at that time? So I have an answer that's backed by documents. The answer is yes, he was on supervised release on September 3rd and September 4th, which, if you don't know, is the day that Duke the Jeweler was killed. Okay? Now, part of his supervised release, based on the documents, is that he has a curfew and he does random drug tests. He can't be in possession of like a firearm. He also has to request permission to do anything outside of his curfew. Now, what I can say in regards to that is, it's no documents on file asking permission to attend a concert, hint, Lil Boosie concert. It's no information listed or documents listed asking for permission to attend a house party, hence Lil Boosie's dice game. So what I can say is, just off of the facts of the document, is that yes, he was still on supervised release. No, he did not submit a request to be anywhere outside of his home after his curfew. Now, before his curfew is one thing. But again, y'all all know, we don't know for sure what time that video was shot, just to be honest. Because even Duke the Jeweler posted the video the next day. So, the dice game was on September 3rd, not September 4th, but he posted on September 4th, right? Alright. So, with that being said, yes, as far as Duke the Jeweler, he was on supervised release. Now, the week of Duke the Jeweler's death, J. Prince Jr., and I have to say it slow to remember to make sure I add that part in, requested to terminate probation. And matter of fact, he did it on September 9th, which was 5 days after Duke the Jeweler's murder. So on September 9th, it says motion to terminate probation by J. Prince Jr. was filed. Now, on September 13, 2022, order terminating SRT, supervised release, as to J. Prince Jr. on the motion of J. Prince Jr. has supervised release is terminated. So, I have that document that's going to be in the video also that shows the signed document stating order early terminating supervised release on the motion of J. Prince Jr. His supervised release term terminated, signed on September 13, 2022 at Houston, Texas. Bam. Alright, that clarified that question. Next. Now, I'm not going to even cap, like, what I'm about to tell you is going to clarify possible suspicions that you already had, no matter which way you're looking at it, right? However, I'm just going to give you the facts. And again, you do mentally what you want with that information. While I'm looking through these documents, right, I come across a motion to quash grand jury subpoena of Patrick Clark. Yeah, Patrick Clark. Now, that wasn't basically like the nail in the coffin. That was more so, is that who name I think it is, right? So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, so let me see what it says. Now, before I go into the information pertaining to Patrick Clark out of this, I want to go into exactly what happened the night that J. Prince Jr. was arrested for the DWI, per federal documents. It says here, on or about December 20th, 2018, Houston Police Department officers arrested J. Prince Jr. for driving while intoxicated, DWI. Prince was processed into the Houston Police Department Southeast Jail. Then it gives the jail location. During a search of Prince, a HPD employee at the jail recovered a firearm from Prince. Prince was inside the jail facility when the firearm was discovered. The firearm was concealed inside Prince's pants near his groin area. The weapon recovered from Prince was a loaded Glock Model 26 9mm pistol bearing serial number, and it gives the serial number. Surveillance footage recovered from the Houston Police Department Southeast Jail shows Prince in a jail cell moving a pistol from his ankle area into his pants, and thereafter moving the pistol around in his pants in an attempt to conceal the weapon. Further surveillance corroborates that the jail personnel removed and recovered the pistol from Prince's pants. But one, how did he make it that far with a gun? Like, they don't search, frisk, or, But nevertheless, just my side note. Continue on. It then says, based on the foregoing, this officiant respectfully submits that there is probable cause to believe that James Prince Jr. has committed violations of Title 18 United States Code Section 922G1, felon in possession of firearm. Prince is a prior convicted felon with knowledge of his conviction status. Based on the above information, they submit there is probable cause to support the arrest warrants of James Prince Jr. Now, where did he get his previous gun charge to be considered a felon? Well, let me tell you. 2011, he was convicted of having a gun in New York. Yep. So, bam. Now, let's get into the Patrick Clark part. Let's see here. Let me find the right page here. So, it then goes to say, okay. And yeah, I'm just reading it because I never read the whole thing. But I'll just read it to you and then I'll continue. So it says here, it is clear from the sequence of and from unchallenged representations from the United States Attorney prosecuting this matter that even to this day, the investigation is hardly a work in progress. Probable cause has been alleged to exist and sworn as to, and the who, what, when, and where, and how have been allegedly investigated via videotape and supporting affidavits. So basically it just says there is no reasonable explanation or necessity to subpoena non-parties when probable cause is sworn to exist by those allegedly personal knowledge and citing the supporting alleged physical and documentary evidence already in their possession, custody, and control. Now, this is from the attorney for Patrick Xavier Clark. Now, let me tell y'all this. Oh, wow. I didn't catch this the other day. This request was not even from J. Prince Jr. attorney. This is from Noah Daniel Radbill, Houston, Texas, right? And it says attorney for Patrick Xavier Clark. Interesting. All right. Let's continue. Interesting. Why did he have a lawyer? Okay. Let's continue to the next page. Let me see. Who attorney is this? All right. So this is the reply from the United States attorney. And it's in the video. It's government's opposition to motions to quash grand jury subpoenas. And it basically goes to say that hereby opposes the last minute motion to quash grand jury subpoenas filed by and on behalf of Mary Prince and Patrick Clark. Side note, I still have not confirmed who Mary Prince is, just to put that out there. For testimony before the grand jury today, there is simply no basis for the request to quash the quash the subpoenas to two witnesses who are fact eyewitnesses. Well, there you have it. Now it goes on to say, while the witnesses may claim that there are other witnesses to the events, a grand jury determines the scope of its investigation and the number of witnesses it wishes to subpoena to appear. A witness does not run nor direct the grand jury. The grand jury has the power and authority to conduct its own investigation and is not limited in the number of witnesses who may be called to testify. No grand jury witness is entitled to set limits to the investigation that the grand jury may conduct. Ooh, sound like they say, hey, we tell you what to do. You don't tell us what to do. So, here it goes to say, it does not follow that each witness may resist a subpoena on the ground that too many witnesses have been called. Consequently, there is no basis for the witnesses in this case to object to the subpoenas seeking information from them, especially when they are eyewitnesses to certain event. Counsel has cited no authority for the proposition regarding the testimony of fact witnesses because there is no such authority, absent of showing of a violation of the Constitution, a statute, or a rule of evidence. Now I'm going to fast forward down some. And it says here, are you listening? This being said, in this case, it is abruptly clear what forms the basis for the subpoenas to these two witnesses. They are eyewitnesses who were on the scene of the arrest of the defendant, and more so in case of Mr. Clark, a witness who accompanied the defendant in hours before his arrest and rode in a car that the defendant operated while under the influence of alcohol. These witnesses are just reluctant to testify and are seeking to quash a subpoena with no basis nor authority to do so. And let me see. This is document 11. Let me see what document 12 says. This is getting juicy. For sure. Y'all got so many papers in front of me. Like, where you at? Where you at? Y'all, this here is something, I tell you, okay? Like, you learn something new every day. Let me see here. So, it doesn't go to say anything more, to be honest. Whether it was ordered to quash it or not. But nevertheless, the part is, in 2018, Patrick Clark was with J. Prince Jr. not only at a party, but in his car when he was arrested by Houston police. So that leads me to say they definitely had a relationship. And to be honest, in my opinion, allegedly just speculating that possibly it was more than just business, because they were in the car together. Now, I don't know how many like people ride around with a DJ unless they're friends. In my opinion, I could be wrong. All I'm saying is that is interesting. Now, what I have found interesting that I just caught while recording this is that Patrick Clark had a lawyer. I can't say attorney. Okay, had an attorney. Because how don't you not have any money, right? Did you have money in 2018 or 2019 to get an attorney to submit a request not to do a subpoena? That is like news to me. Y'all let me know definitely in the comments if y'all think that is kind of like, what? So what I'm doing right now, and I'm trying just to talk through it so it won't be so much silence, I'm going to look into this lawyer. You feel me? To see what I can find. Because I will say I've never saw that name on none of Patrick Clark's case. I will say that much. So, as with every other motion in this case, the plot thickens. Again, will it have anything to do with one or the other? I really don't know. All I can say, it does raise the eyebrow how everything is playing out. But again, in my opinion, they definitely were friends. Does that matter as far as the Takeoff case? I don't know. Would it be likely, or in my opinion, that J. Prince Jr. will testify or anything like that? I doubt it. And if they're really buddy, just like Patrick Clark did in his case, he'll probably fight the subpoena if subpoenaed to give a statement. So for now, we're just going to put a pin in it. And definitely I will say part 2 possibly is coming soon. So definitely make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will be back with some more content. I cracked myself up. All right, y'all. Again, make sure y'all be safe. Have a happy holiday season. And I'ma holla.